Reed Hastings' journey is one of the most inspiring tales of persistence, innovation, and resilience in the modern business world. A story that begins not with glamour and wealth, but with repeated failures, doubts, and setbacks that would have crushed the spirit of most people, but instead built the foundation of a man who would go on to revolutionize the way the world consumes entertainment through Netflix. For in his early years, Reed Hastings was far from a business genius. Born in Boston in 1960, he grew up in a modest family, studied mathematics, and even served as a Peace Corps volunteer teaching high school students in Swaziland. But when he entered the world of technology and entrepreneurship, failure seemed to follow him. As his very first company, Pure Software, was riddled with management chaos, technical glitches, and near bankruptcy. And even though the company eventually merged with another firm, Reed himself admitted that he was an inexperienced and poor manager at the time. Yet instead of letting this failure define him, he absorbed every lesson, recognizing that leadership was not about control, but about building systems that empower people. And life gave him another hard push when one evening, after renting the movie Apollo 13 from Blockbuster, he forgot to return it on time and was slapped with a late fee of $40, an amount that stung not because of the money itself, but because it sparked a realization that millions of people around the world must feel the same frustration. And out of that frustration was born a dream that everyone laughed at in the late 1990s, an online DVD rental service at a time when most people still didn't even trust online payments. And when Reed Hastings pitched his idea, investors doubted him, critics dismissed him, and rivals said it would never work, especially as Blockbuster dominated the industry with thousands of physical stores. But Hastings refused to give up, launching Netflix in 1997 with a subscription model that eliminated late fees. Though even Netflix struggled in the beginning, burning cash, facing technical hurdles, and suffering humiliating rejections. And at one point, the company was so close to collapse that Reed even offered to sell Netflix to Blockbuster for just $50 million, only to be laughed out of the room by Blockbuster's executives. A moment that could have broken anyone else, but instead it became the turning point of Reed Hastings' life, because rather than surrender, he doubled down on his vision, pushing Netflix to innovate with a mail-based DVD subscription model which slowly gained traction. And when broadband internet began spreading, he made the bold, risky move to pivot Netflix from DVD rentals to online video streaming, a decision that critics called insane, but which became one of the greatest transformations in business history, as streaming completely changed the entertainment landscape, forcing giants like Blockbuster into bankruptcy and making Netflix a household name worldwide. And yet, the struggles did not stop there. For Netflix's growth brought new challenges, massive competition, licensing battles, and financial risks. But Hastings never let fear of failure dictate his decisions, boldly investing billions into original content like House of Cards and Stranger Things, a gamble that turned Netflix into not just a distributor, but a creator, and cemented its dominance as the world's leading streaming platform. And so the boy who once taught math in a tiny African classroom became the man who taught the world that failure is not final, but a stepping stone, that rejection can be a gift, and that persistence transforms ideas into revolutions. And the moral of Reed Hastings' story is clear. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the foundation of it. For without the late fees, the humiliations, and the rejections, there would be no Netflix, no global streaming revolution, and no Reed Hastings as we know him today. And his journey reminds us all that no matter how many setbacks you face, if you refuse to give up and dare to think differently, you too can turn failures into fortune and build a legacy that inspires millions.